Hi, and welcome to the next topic of this module. Now in this topic, we will learn about what are getter and setters in Java. To understand the importance of getter and setter, first we need to understand our problem statement. And along with this, we will also check out the standard coding convention that we must all follow while creating a class in Java. So inside our application, our first step will be to clean up our code. So here within the rectangle.java, I will now remove my default constructor and also the parameterized constructors. And now inside the doc.java, let us do the same thing. Remove the default constructor and also the parameterized constructor. And now within the main.java, let us now clean up our code by removing these three lines of code. And now let us close the doc.java file and come back to rectangle.java. Now in Java, whenever we define something as public within a class, it simply means that this variable of length and breadth will be accessible outside the rectangle.java. So that is why we were able to access the length and breadth with the help of the reference variable of R1. But in Java, we follow some coding convention such that we should never make the instance variable as public in nature. What I'm trying to say is this float length should never be public in nature. You should always try to keep it private. And even if you hover over this public, even the IntelliJ IDE is not happy with our code. It simply says that the access can be package private. So here in case of breadth as well, let us change it to private. Now, when we change this to private, it simply means that the float breadth and float length will not be accessible outside the rectangle.java. That is, within the main.java, we cannot access the length and breadth. So here we go, the r1.length is now not accessible. And the same thing applies for r1.breadth, right? Now, if you try to access, let's say, this method of getArea and getPerimeter, then you will be able to access it because we have the public modifier present here. Now, in case of method, using public is okay. But in case of instance variable, it should always be private in nature, right? So if you run the code right now, let's see what happens. So here we get some compilation error that the length and breadth has a private access. So we cannot use these two variables within our class of main. So how can we initialize the value of length and breadth? So this is actually our problem statement. So let us solve this in the next video.